So here's my thing. So because we're in this Drake topic already, I guess we can kind of move into the other elements which we were talking about and alleging earlier. So I'm going to be honest. Like I said at the beginning, this is a unfolding and very live reaction to the two court things, and they're not even. I don't even know what you call it. They're not depositions, but it's like I don't know what they call it in court.
Filings,
but it's like,
isn't it?
Sorry,
Filings.
Yes, it's filings because it is a request that Drake's Frozen Moments, which seems like a new LLC that was created after I can't remember which album it was, but it was after a certain.
He got out of his deal. It was after his Cash Money deal. He made Frozen Moments.
Okay, so there you go, Frozen Moments LLC, which is a distinction.
Or whatever after Scorpion. I think it might have been.
No, I think it was for Scorpion. Frozen Moments has been around for a minute.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, after Scorpion.
So and from my understanding, because the OVO thing was always very confusing to me. Like my understanding was that Drake owned it, but I think it is a consorted collaboration effort with like Oliver and these other cats, right? But with the Frozen Moments, I'm assuming is like him saying, no, this is like my, and maybe it's just a company to manage his assets and his masters, which in those filings, we found out that Drake does indeed own all his masters, which is news to me because I didn't know that.
On his last deal, he got them.
So he got like everything.
Bro, his last, because remember, do you remember this is like probably 6 years ago, there was a buzz about Drake going independent. I think it was even right after God's Plan. This is like right after Scorpion. Mm-hmm. Because I'm pretty sure after Scorpion, he was out of his deal.
Okay, he fulfilled the contract.
He said that somewhere, even
right.
I'm out of
and he even said, "I'm out the deal." Remember, he was doing out the deal. So, okay.
Yes.
Remember how 2 Tuesday popped up and he was in the deal.
Yep.
Bro, rumor has it. Obviously, I don't know, but rumor has it that he went to the table and said, "If you want me, I want my king's ransom. I want everything I would have if I was independent, and I will let you continue to profit off of me."
Which is
so
where
I want
the 400
I want my catalog. I want this. I want that.
400 or was it 500? Because who knows? I heard 5 first, then I heard 4.
Yeah,
right.
Keep
so
hearing
then they
both
put the value on that, and they gave him the budget. So that's why they valued his last deal at $500 million.
Correct.
At the time, but I think that number wasn't a raw check. I think it included what they considered the market value of the masters he had attained as part of the negotiation.
Okay. Now that would make it a little bit different in that context. 1,000%.
Because I don't think they just flat out gave him 5. Because think of it, Wayne sold the early Young Money catalog. So Wayne owned some of that, and he sold his portion. His component out for less than $1 billion.
Yeah.
So Drake owns his entire UMG Touch of the Back catalog.
Going back to 20.
So yeah, the $500 million deal is going to make sense. I want what I made for you, and I want what I'm making in the future, and then we will have a licensing deal, which is why they're up again. Because he drips them a little bit of money.
Correct.
But something like that's on a short term because they want to keep re up depending on what the market value is.
LeBron James.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. It's that LeBron in music.
Let's talk a little bit more about the lawsuit because I have a feeling by the time we do another episode, there's going to be more information. But anyway, these are called pre-action lawsuits.
Can you remind people that Drake is not suing Kendrick? Can you just let them know?
But here's the problem. The second pre-action is more specific to Not Like Us. Yeah. That's the problem.
But is the suit to Kendrick Lamar?
Suits against UMG. He's just talking about a record that
they're using.
Right. So the best way to say this, to summarize it, do you because I know you were reading up on you want me to summarize? Well, the easy
remember do you remember a couple weeks ago? I'll let you guys get into it because you guys but do you remember a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
When we were talking about music and we were asking, hey, why is Drake dropping all this stuff on Instagram?
Yes, the 100 gigs thing.
Yes. I remember I said to you guys, I think he's fighting with the label.
Yes.
You did.
Remember I said that?
Yes.
I said, I think he's fighting with, he's trying to mess their money up somehow. Something's wrong.
You did. You did say that.
And then this.
And then not only then this, but then you think about it in a logical way. If Drake is signed to the biggest conglomerate label and they are not actively pushing his records to radio and things like that, you would have to look at that as a problem because they are. What is that? Despite my face, whatever you
cut my nose off despite my face.
That's what they're doing. It's like, why are they fucking up their own situation? Because it goes back to him trying to apparently, right, negotiate a new deal.
He was already in negotiations.
He's been in the midst of negotiations and probably for a long time.
With what he wants.
He wants more money because I'm worth more. They're saying, "Are you?" And he's like, "Yes." And then they're like, "Are you?" And he's like, "Yes." And then they go, "Okay." The beef happens.
I think the issue too, though, where Drake has at in his career, athletes have the same problem.
When they have athlete's foot?
No, you're up for renegotiation.
Yeah.
So because of what you've done,
Yes.
and technically you outperformed your last deal,
Yes.
you're saying you owe me money, not just because of what I'm going to do, because look at my track record,
what I've
but
done
I
before.
left money on the table.
Correct.
So we're going to split the difference, but you're going to pay me.
I get,
Yes.
And the hard part for owners and sports and labels is that the older you get, the worse this is getting for me. Because one of these times I'm going to cut this check and you're not going to be that guy.
Oh, but
guess
they
what?
need to understand that that's just life.
That's
And
my point. And guess what? Who?
No, that's like, but you don't run a business accepting life. You
in-
negotiate.
But
you
it's
fight.
music.
So,
Music
yeah,
is
but
such a
That's
volatile
why
business.
athletes leave teams. It's not that a guy can't play. It's that we're Clay Clay can still play.
Yo.
But Golden State is saying, yo,
Yes,
we're
you're-
willing to see you do all this at $5 million a year.
You're right for everybody. But is Drake? Did you not announce that Drake is one of the greatest ever, if not the greatest
He
ever?
is, but bro, you do it
So
to-
guess who they do that for? Guess who they did? Guess who's
Bro, Orlando didn't re-sign Shaq.
But LeBron James gets whatever he wants every single time.
Evidently not, or he wouldn't have left Cleveland the first time.
No. Every time he goes to a new deal, every time he goes to a new deal, he made sure that all his deals are short.
No,
and
I know
every
now.
time- Even now, even when he just did his most recent deal, he's older. They're still going to overpay or
I would
pay
argue-
for his past that he's done. Genie Bus is paying him
I would
for
argue-
what he's done. Sacrifice for
'Cause they
LA.
can
Let's be
afford
real.
it.
Let's be real.
They
The
can
last
afford
time Drake went after them and got the big deal that I was talking about,
Yeah, the
was after
400,
Scorpion. Look what we just talked about with Scorpion.
All those hits.
Okay, now look at Drake's. I love Drake's music.
No, I
You're gonna
understand.
go.
But
so
look at the run of albums he
you're
had
gonna go-
after Scorpion.
You're gonna go.
It was CBL,
Her Loss was amazing.
Certified
Certified Lover Boy, Her Loss,
Yeah.
the House
Dark-
record.
the
The
Dark
House
Lanes.
record. Dark Lane mixtape that no one counts.
Doesn't it doesn't count.
Yeah, because it's during the pandemic.
And then For All the Dogs.
For all the
And For all
dogs.
the dogs.
But there's hits
That's it.
there's hits
And then
everywhere.
there's features and other stuff that has happened in between all that.
I understand
Yeah.
that, but we have
And
to.
the tour.
Okay,
And
yes,
The
but-
biggest tour.
Yes, but okay.
In 2024, he has the biggest tour.
Hi. I'm the record label. I don't give a goddamn what you made on that thing,
Oh, you don't?
brother. That has nothing to do with my bottom line.
Didn't it before?
No,
The bigger
bro.
if he continues to tour and be big,
Drake is not giving Universal any money off his tour.
We don't know. We don't know.
That's the thing, we don't know.
because it's
No,
Live
brother.
Nation. We don't know what the
Yo,
what
Drake
the,
ain't
know,
giving them
yo.
no money off his tour.
Yo, we don't know.
We're not in his business like
he
that.
been
People have been putting up the rumors saying, why is Drake going on a big ass world tour and then literally 3 weeks later went on another one right
I
away?
feel like there is some percentage they're
why
getting
did he go
from
right
it.
away?
Because,
that doesn't
yeah.
seem normal.
You think okay? So the
Doesn't seem
label,
normal.
the label he's fighting with is making him go do it. No, maybe it's because he's like, yo, I'm fighting with the label. Let me get my money good and up. So I'm gonna be on these tours so that way, whatever they mess on me with the record cuts, I can fight that
The
fight.
man said he was going on a break and then he didn't. Why?
Because he knew he was getting ready for this.
Getting ready for what?
This battle.
No. He said
Because-
he was
because-
taking a break before he went
Brother,
on the second tour.
brother.
No. The beef
Brother.
happened.
Second
No.
tour.
Brother.
The beef happened after
During
the
the
second
fir-
tour.
yeah,
Trey.
that's
I know, but no.
So when he first
I
said,
understand you. I'm gonna
so he
land
said
the point.
Okay. So the
Drake,
first time, yeah.
Drake has the rhetoric of, yo, the tour's almost done. I'm gonna go on a break, right?
Yes.
Then he sees how the album was received.
Which album for context?
For All
everyone
the
at home?
Dogs.
Okay.
Then he drops the bonus records.
With a couple 6 more rap
Six
slots.
more.
Then he goes again. That is his own energy of like, I think, honestly, I don't think For All the Dogs landed the way he thought it would. So he's like, I gotta keep working. I think that he's competitive enough.
And I said, I'm gonna go on tour instead of going to the
Yes,
booth?
because I think he's that level of apex predator.
So don't go into the studio. Go back on the road. When I just went on the road,
You might be able to do both.
Well, there's two things. One, I had missed dates, so I had to make up those show dates anyway.
and then he
so
was
that
doing
was
some-
already on the schedule
then he
for me to
started adding
do.
a whole bunch of other ones.
Okay, then because it's easy money for me, and I was going to small markets. I was going to Connecticut and freaking
The ones that he hasn't been able to go
Bro,
to
like,
thus far.
yeah, that's money for me. I went back in the lab. I gave y'all the 4 hip hop records, but I'm gonna stay out here. I'm gonna keep on it.
Look, and
He said he was sick. He wasn't feeling good and went back on tour.
Yep, and then he saw how the album, bro. I saw Michael Jordan play through the flu.
It wasn't a flu.
but can I
Sorry,
ask-
food poisoning. I've
It
seen
wasn't
people.
food poisoning.
You think he was hungover?
oh, we're getting into that. Oh, come on.
mean,
Let's
that's
not
what
do
they
this
said.
right now. Let's not do this. But
Yo,
I've seen people say, "Yo, I'm gonna take a break," but when they see how the last bit of work was received, no.
but
all
are
right,
we?
I'm
But
in.
when you say how the last worker received,
Yeah,
like what?
I don't
because
remember people hating on.
I'm not saying hating, but remember, bro, we're talking about we're
I know
talking
the
about
guy, the guy.
that when he's dropped
I know,
anything,
I know.
the sound of applause has been so
Loud and
seemingly
resounding,
universal and
Yes.
so loud
universal.
that when you drop it For All the Dogs and people say, yeah, it's good, that's a big blow to him.
But then he
Because
dropped the
he's
6
not the
extra
yeah,
records.
it's good thing. He's this is the life altering. This is the meme.
That's why-
this is the TikTok.
And that's what
this
you
is
need
all the
to. And that's
captions.
the only. I think that's my only
But that's why I
indictment
didn't
against him is that he's done so much that you are allowed to have records that just are another album.
Because if I thought I could be that way, I wouldn't have been this. I want it all the time, forever, on everything.
That doesn't happen.
No, but I gotta want it.
History,
Michael Jackson had Invincible,
but I gotta want it that way.
And there were still hits on it. But what do you mean? But that's just life.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking
Be
about
bigger than the music.
I'm just talking about it's
bing bang boom.
I'm just talking about it's consistent with those apex predator competitive level guys.
I get it.
That even to those guys, the word good is a death nail.
I know.
It can't be good.
I know.
That's why did Michael Jackson, how come Michael Jackson was taken out on sleeping pills and died? Because at the ripe age of 50-something, he was getting his body ready to go on a world tour in Europe.
Yeah, the new.
He was clearly up enough that he could have chilled. I don't need this money. But the competitor in me is saying, yo, things are changing in the new millennium. These niggas forgot. I'm coming out here. That they was telling me I was fucking kids. I'm coming out here. I'm showing y'all. This is it. Don't forget me.
And I respect that. I'm talking about the back-to-back tour thing. But if you're telling me that it's because
it's that same
he
energy.
wanted to get more money,
it's that same energy.
I just think it's
then fine.
Now that the album is out, I'm also going to come out here and show you how to rock.
But here's the thing, and I think this is the imposter syndrome thing that we talk about. Like Drake has to. No, he doesn't have to understand because no one has to do anything.
Bro, this is also what he does for work.
No, Travell, but Travell, yo, okay, if you do something 1,000,000 times and it's received a certain way, 900,999, and then the 1,000,000th time it's not received the same.
I gotta go again. That's why boxers.
And
that's why boxers like rematches after a loss.
I understand, but that can't be the reason why you're doing it.
Why
you need
not?
to do it.
I have to avenge
you
my
need
loss.
to do it.
So the guy that John beat the hell out of, he's coming back. He's not gonna retire anymore.
No, because John don't want him.
No, but he's not gonna retire anymore because he said he's retiring.
Oh no, he's retired. He's done. That was
I'm gonna tell you guys something.
He didn't have to fight in him. He was done.
I'm gonna tell you guys something. I know that people, and this is maybe we can end up this and then go to a little
spin kicking someone in the ribs. I'm sorry, I think about that some randomly. Like
I'm hungry for ribs.
Like just randomly, I see a super.
But what I want to say is this.
Yo, he collapsed.
When we we'll talk about we should go into the fighting stuff a little bit after because there's some business to talk about there. But what I want to say is just this quickly because we're gonna get more information about the litigation. But
we're not there.
But I want to say this: my thing of how I rate great artists, and I know I'm probably in a unique and in a solo position on a hill, right? It's not about how many great records that you produce and how many good albums come out of your catalog. It's actually about the duds. And I know at first you might think that doesn't make any sense, but when you are someone like Drake, when you're somebody that produces and makes music at such a high level, there is the bottom is not really other people's bottom. It's not the same. So when you make an album that is not received the best, the goodness that you find within the album that is not great is actually how you define the greatness because that shows where you're the lowest that you can go versus just always attacking at a high level. Because I'm telling you, if you figure out the mathematics and the science of how to make great music and how to be amazing and be universally loved, eventually it's just not going to work. It's just nothing lasts forever. Nothing is sustainable. No, because you have to start asking yourself, what metrics? Is it numbers?
I know,
Drake is like streaming 14 billion. He's miles ahead of all these people. So it's not the streaming. So what is it?
I think for Drake, it's again, I don't know. We're pontificating.
Of course, pond the river, pond the bomb.
That's what we do.
I think there's a measure of the social conversation that matters to him.
And that's
because you know what I remember. I remember there was one time Floyd Mayweather when he was getting ready to fight Conor, and there's a video cut.
Conor Price?
Conor McGregor.
What the fuck is going on?
And he said, yo, there was once a time in boxing where people knew not to even speak my effing name.
I understand.
Because they knew what would happen. Sure, it's a payday, but you're getting your ass whooped.
And what changed?
He got older.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
But the energy he had, just going into the Conor fight, what he's trying to say is, y'all got this. I'm about to make a lot of money because y'all really want to see me going with this MMA guy. Y'all think it's a fight?
I know.
There was a time when people didn't even speak my effing name.
I know. There was a time where
I feel like Drake is in that part of his career where he's like, yo, bro, there was a time these dudes couldn't even speak my name.
I know. And when I
gave a lot of these guys a career. Look what's happening.
I know. But
and my label's against me.
But when you start thinking,
I'm just gonna stay on this road. I'm a chill because a lot of the times when I was chilling and going on vacation, It was so I could have off time to do features for these
I
niggas. F these
understand.
niggas. I'm gonna chill with my team,
And I agree.
my people.
Oh, by the way, I agree.
I'm gonna make my money.
I agree.
I'm not bringing nobody but J. Cole. He turned up. He not coming back.
Yes.
Like,
Oh,
yo,
he took him on that tour
hey.
But
twice.
But do you understand that there's
Come on, man.
there's
I know where he's at mentally. I'm gonna do the steak thing. I'm not doing none of y'all black streamers. All the dudes across from me about to be not from the culture.
But wait,
okay?
why wouldn't he? But so
Wait,
you
no,
think he won't-
stay on topic.
He
Forget
won't do act because that's his boy, and he supported him so much, so he should do that.
This is a Drake podcast.
He probably probably supports acting different ways, leaking stories to him.
Yeah.
He should go on. His,
Let's not pretend.
He should
bro.
go on his stream. Man.
I know. He should. He will. He probably will.
That
But
should be the one that he does.
he
Has he
eventually.
done Kai?
No. And that's been an indictment that they're saying is
And
that he
hasn't done
should.
Kai. And
Everyone
every-
has done.
and every
Bill
black-
Nye the Science Guy did fucking Kai.
Yeah, man, we
Bill
grew-
Nye the Science Guy did Kai.
Yeah,
Think
come
about
on.
that.
Bill
John
Nye,
Cena
John
did Kai.
Cena, these niggas rock. I mean, not the Rocket, but
I think Jesus is coming on there next week for Christmas time or something. I don't know. Santa Claus. Like I don't know, man.
that's blasphemy. That's like the brown atheist guys.
No, it's not. It's actually not the same because he's saying
I'm
that wouldn't
surprised he hasn't done
happen.
Kai. I thought he would do Kai.
I understand.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He should do Kai.
But apparently he leaked a record. He
Pause.
gave a record to Kai. No, I think he gave it to
No.
Aiden, who gave it to Kai.
He should do Kai.
Has he done Aiden? I hope
No.
not.
No, but he talks. I think he's
Because
been
Aiden is
talking
Aiden,
to him.
by the way, hey, Aiden. I see your culture vulture. We talking about culture vulture?
Yeah.
Aiden, you're the Post Malone of the streaming game. I know that y'all don't really mess with us, but you use us to get on, and now it's over.
No,
I'm not even mad at your hustle.
No,
I just want
you
you to
just
know
see
I
it. Did I
see.
peep it?
You got to do what you
I want
got
you
to
to
do.
know I
The
see.
peepage is
Bro,
happening.
make your money.
Yeah.
But I know, like you did the Post Malone thing.
Yeah, he did. No, that's a fact. That's
You're not really over here.
Yeah.
Not
But
really not really like that.
okay, so listen, we're gonna close out the litigation section. But I just want to say the second legal action. This is what he focused on. This is one of the quotes. Before it approved the release of the song, UMG knew that the song itself, which is Not Like Us, as well as its accompanying album art, which was about his address and house, and music video, attacked the character of another one of UMG's most prominent artists, Drake, by falsely accusing him of being a sex offender, engaging in pedophilic acts, harboring sex offenders, and committing other crimes of sexual acts. UMG could have refused to release or distribute the song or required
they're
the
not gonna
offending
do that.
material to be edited out or removed. But UMG chose to do the opposite. UMG designed, financed with the money that Drake makes them, and executed a plan to turn Not Like Us into a viral mega hit with the intent of using the
doesn't
spectacle to
matter.
harm Drake in
doesn't
his
matter.
business to drive consumer hysteria and, of course, massive revenue.
The only reason this is working is because they're both on UMG.
Yeah, because
So
two
Universal-
labels would have been going head to head.
Universal as a business is just so big that they're getting a bit of a monopoly. Maybe they'll go in front of Senate. This might trigger something like that. But what Drake is complaining of that part, I agree with the concept of what he's saying. That like
Of the first,
if you guys did not create an even playing field for us,
yes,
and you juiced his record because you thought it would give you a better negotiating position with me
yes,
on the deal that we're currently working on.
by
fine.
pumping radio and pumping bots and pumping
I
this and that and
understand
the third.
that. I understand that a label curates music.
Yes,
In terms of,
to a certain
they'll tell you to
degree,
change
yes.
words. They'll tell you to do. I understand a label does that, but the whole world knew that you had gone public against wanting to fight this man,
And that's the thing.
and UMG had no issue with you dropping a record calling him a woman beater.
And that's what. Yes, that's true.
So-
Family Matters. He did.
We can't. That's a bad. That for me, I don't even think Drake really wants to make that
That's a
argument.
No,
lawyer-
but I
that's
think
a
it's the
lawyer-
lawyers.
lawyer.
That's
That's
the
a lawyer
lawyer
doing that.
speak.
That's
That's the
a lawyer.
lawyer
That's a
speak.
lawyer talk.
In the court of this public, now, maybe that even works in court.
Yeah.
But I don't think
Not for the
I don't
streets.
think none of us would want to see the precedent.
No,
that would be
no.
in court, especially
Yes.
in a world where UMG owns these many labels.
Yes.
Because they're gonna keep a whole lot of music from touching
Yeah.
the sound waves if they can be that.
Yes, I know, and that's a bad precedent that
That's
it
a
could
bad
set. That's why I
Terrible.
went back to the Gene Hackman, incredibly smart, incredibly stupid, because there's great things that can come of this, and there's bad things that can come
We
of
gotta
this.
see more of it happen. But
We gotta
again,
see more. We
let's let it
can't-
play
yeah,
out.
we can't-
I'm with Drake. Yo, we're both under. My whole thing is this.
Yes.
If we're both under UMG.
By way of Interscope and Republic, because Drake
Right.
Republic and Kendrick on the
Forget
Interscope
what
side.
money I've made you. Forget what money
forget
he's
that
made
part.
you.
Forget that part.
Because I know I've made you more money than that.
More
nigga,
money
but
than-
whatever.
Come on, more than most people. More than
Y'all,
70s,
at the
80s,
very
90s.
least,
Go ahead.
Y'all owe it to me to give us a fair playing field. If you stacked the deck in his
against me.
favor, I do want my pound of flesh because I've made y'all niggas
For too long.
fact.
For too long.
Billions
You
of
got
dollars.
Y'all are
UMG.
doing that while I'm trying to negotiate with
Billions
you
of
something
dollars.
else.
Yeah. Well,
And
the
you're
same
doing
thing.
this.
That's sick
Yeah.
work because I could have been free about 6 years ago.
Correct.
Yeah, I could have left already.
And y'all talk. Probably Lucian told me some real slick stuff. Hey, come on, brother.
Hey.
We heard.
Yeah.
We've
We're
been
getting to another
hearing.
level.
We've been
We're
hearing.
both Jewish. Probably hit
been-
him with all that
L'chaim.
stuff.
We've been hearing the whispers. They said if a certain 1-2 artist, let's say Drake and Taylor Swift, decided to go independent, they say the music industry,
As we know it,
the labels would crumble.
crumble.
That's what they're. But see, I agreed with that when I saw how much. Bro, they gave the man his masters, like you said.
Yeah.
That's how much it meant to them to still get a cut of that Drake pie.
Yeah.
Because it's so large
So,
that it's okay to give him
3-4
everything.
artists that say, now we're going to go independent. We're going to
Yeah.
run our own subscription stuff ourselves.
Yeah,
So why piss off this guy?
I want 1,000%.
I think it's because they think he's on his way out.
Well,
And he's about to show y'all that.
That's what I really think. I think that inside
and
they
what,
took a look
and what,
at it.
and what gave them
What
that?
metric-
What,
what
like,
I don't know what metrics they got, but
Kendrick's not a new artist. I don't understand
again,
this.
I don't know what metrics they got. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
sales,
Right.
I don't know if it's
It's
him
not,
not
it's
having
not.
artists under him. Because at the end of the day, the Canada wave dies with Drake.
Well, as we know, the Canadian
Well-
wave as we know it through that pipeline,
Well,
Dies
yes.
with Drake. So we're getting to the
You mean if the hip hop?
we're getting to
Yeah.
the
Because
end
Weeknd
of
is
an
Canadian,
era.
but then someone said,
But we're getting to the end of an era in music, and the other guy who might have been able to take it over sitting in jail right now. So
To fill that gap.
I mean, Weeknd's still number 2 on Spotify.
He's number one.
No,
well,
he's
he's
number
he's
two.
number 2 to Bruno Mars.
He's number 2. This is the first time he's been number 2 in a long time. He's number 2 for a little while now. And this is the first time I've ever seen Drake at number 13 on Spotify. I've never seen that. He's always in the single digits.
But he's the number one streamer because he has 14 billion streams this year, so it doesn't even matter about
And this is
who's
the first time
current.
I've seen. This is the
monthly.
first time I've seen Drake and Kendrick that close because Kendrick is like
12?
17th.
Oh, okay.
Or
Yeah,
16th.
further back.
It's like something.
Yeah.
I just think I just think somebody tapped somebody on the shoulder and said, "Yeah, let's get him
Tap.
out."
But it doesn't. It's
it's just deeper than that,
Usually,
and
you
we're-
do that when
guy.
you know here's this new guy coming, and we're gonna make this
No,
guy.
it's just
who, Kendrick.
Bro, hey, let me tell you something. And I'll say this from business. You see, when you
Yeah.
come into a business negotiation and you're the talent,
Yeah.
and you know you're bringing something to the table, but the other guy was the wallet,
Yes.
you're still his bitch. There is a world where Lucian, whoever they are, who the fuck is this guy coming up here and talking like this?
Even though you've
But
ingratiated
they-
him as your son,
Yeah.
and he's made you so many
as
money,
long,
but
as
you
long as
just
he acts in line.
so as soon as you start asking
Birdman
more,
and Lil Wayne showed us that.
that was a small version of
Then
it.
there
yes.
comes a moment where even Birdman's like, "Who the fuck is this nigga? Like acting like I didn't give him life."
He's my
To
son.
Lil Wayne.
He my little son. He my
Who-
little
who he-
bitch.
Like, yeah, sure, he up.
He
But he up
own me.
because I plucked this little
I'm that nigga.
This little dude out of
He that
obscurity
bitch.
and put the money behind him and made it work.
YM.
You don't think Lucian has memories of, yo, I remember when they brought me this kid with a bad haircut and I said, yeah, load it up. When Cash Money said, I said, yeah, load it up. When he wanted a budget, I said, yeah, load it up. When he wanted to do this, I said, yeah, load it up.
So basically, the mistake that Drake.
When he fought Chris in the club and I need a legal bill paid, I said, yeah, load it up.
So Drake's mistake is when he was out of the deal, he should have just left it alone and just go independent.
I don't
and
think Drake
see.
made a mistake. Let's see. Maybe
No, I'm
Yeah,
just
there you
saying,
go.
based
Let's
off
see.
if that's their
'Cause
attitude.
I personally
if that's
think-
their attitude, that's my attitude.
I personally think I've said this. I think Drake is up $1 billion.
Of course, he is.
So now it's 2 billionaires fighting. Let's see. But I damn sure know that UMG bag bigger than his.
Of course.
Well, yeah, they just have
Come on.
more.
But let's
you
see.
know, they have legacy acts and this.
But
and
let's
that.
just see, because if the paperwork is right, I'll put it to you this way. When Michael Jordan came up against Nike, he was a millionaire athlete versus a billionaire company.
Correct.
But the
But guess what
paperwork,
happened?
but the paperwork is right. So they had to sort him out the right type of way.
Boom, boom.
Yes.
And
You
he
see
still
what I'm
get money to this day, every shoe.
To this day.
Every shoe.
Under
Yeah.
his own division.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why
With that logo not there.
Hey.
So it can happen. So we need
Yeah.
to stop pretending
You see what
that
I'm
what
saying?
Drake is
Yeah.
asking for
no,
is an
it's
impossible
possible.
task.
But remember, Mike didn't go hostile with Nike. He was just first in an industry, and
No,
then they
I
closed the
understand.
door
Yes,
behind
yes,
I
him.
know, but music, that's
This
the
is gonna be
problem with
the
the
first
hip
time
hop.
we're seeing
The
the
hip
guy-
hop. Yeah.
We're gonna see the guy try and do the Jordan thing.
Yeah.
Where he's gonna try
We're
and
seeing it in
create
real time. We're seeing it in real
a
time.
new way of dealing with these labels.
Either that or it's going to be the opposite. It's
Well,
going to
we said-
crumble and it's going to.
We've said for the music industry and labels to change something, streaming, all of that, it
Yeah.
takes the
biggest artist to make
do
those
it.
changes,
It's
and-
not going to be all these smaller guys and these people coming
Like,
together
oh,
doing
please,
some great
please,
things.
Simone,
They don't care
Simone.
about that. If you
No,
get
they
your
don't give a
millions on your own, they don't care.
Yeah.
If it's Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Drake, Weeknd, I mean, if Rihanna, she was doing any of those people start to shake the
the table. Yeah. Perfect.
Ed Sheeran, all them
Perfect
motherfuckers,
segue.
That's where that should go.
Perfect segue.